to my channel. This is Michelle from the Day Before This Day. Day Before Michelle here on YouTube and also on Instagram. Today is Monday, October 19th. And this is the first day of my trying out the new vlog style of videos for myself. Yeah, so during my last video, I had had some plans to get back to my 31 minutes and 31 days, and that has not happened yet because, as you can probably see from the background here, I have been working in my stitching room. So when I originally started working in here, I got this back corner painted, and I had run out of primer because this blue is so dark, so bright, that I have to prime the walls before I can paint. And it's been kind of in a holding pattern ever since. But I have now done some rearranging so that I can get to the rest of the walls. And in the meantime, if the lighting back here is a little distracting, this is with a thicker curtain, and it is rainy and dreary outside, so I think I'm going to have to reassess again where my recording area is going to be. I find it distracting. I'm sure that you must too. I'm not going to keep this going very long. That whole, going to try to record at least a few minutes each day, but that's where we are. I'm going to try some lighting issues here. Does that help? I think that might help. I don't know. Anyhow, so no stitching, no new starts, just working on my stitching room. I did find a few more whips that I had put away and forgotten all about. Because I was finally starting to get into my corners, and I figured I'd go ahead and show you those today since I didn't have any regular stitching. I don't know when I started this. I didn't remember having started it. It was a kit that I bought from Hobby Lobby back when they had a huge selection, and it's Nantucket Style Basket by Lori Birmingham Designs. And it's a very small project. It really wouldn't take very long. But I already know why I put it away. I put it away because it was off-centered. So I have to pull this out, the centerpiece out, and redo it. So this was obviously done back before I was willing to rip stitches out. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever mentioned, I probably haven't, but I absolutely love making eyelets. They're one of my favorite stitches. Love them. So, this one I'm probably going to work on picking out the stitches soon. Because it's really cute, and the kit came with everything. I mean, things are tangled up. But it came with everything. The little basket even has a votive jar in it. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a mess. I'm going to have to untangle later. So it's very, very cute, though. And I had another, but it only had a few stitches in it, so I stuck it back in with the kits. In other news, and I am going to try to remember to put the link in the show notes, I was able, someone else posted a link to a Dutch store that does a newsletter that has freebies that are exclusive, I guess, I've never seen them before, so I just finished downloading the previous issues of their newsletter, and I went ahead and I printed this one because it's awesome and it needs to be on my to start list. This is from the Workbasket. It's called The Gathering, or called Gathering, not The Gathering. And yeah, so I'm going to start this evening when I'm done with whatever work I managed to get done in here. I may or may not start painting. Like I said, I'm wearing my painting clothes just in case. But it's really dreary, and well, I have been working in here for 2 days and I don't think I want to paint today. But I'll be back tomorrow for another installment. Hello again. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of October. Just a really quick update. I'm on my way out to do some grocerying. We have to eat. So yesterday I actually got some stitching in, amidst all the cleaning out and decluttering, and so I did get my 31 minutes in. However, there's no visible progress. So this is the Universal Monster Stitch Along. I took the time to start adding the one strand to some of the black. So yesterday I got the third strand in on the window and these little side pieces, and I had a little bit of the bat, like one wing of the bat needed it. So today I plan on finishing getting the extra strand in here, and then if I have time I'm going to start back on the rest of it. So that's the progress in my plans for today. Now that might not happen. It's going to depend on how long I'm at the stores, because I have quite a bit of errands to run today. I try to do it all in one shot because I don't like to go out. It's too peoply out there. But I have several stops I need to make today, so we'll have to see how that goes. My new start, I did start the Gathering by the Workbasket, and this is a free design. It was from a newsletter from a Dutch shop, and I will try to remember to put the link below. And I made some pretty decent progress on it last night. Last night was one of my stitching time. Ooh, you can barely see that. Let's see if that helps. So yeah, I made some pretty decent progress there. Sorry, lighting is an issue here. For now, I'm actually going to be putting some lights in above so that they'll be downlit instead of in my face. But so that was my new start from yesterday. I've lost track of how many starts that is for my 13 this month, but I'll check my notes and stuff and go back to that in tomorrow's segment. My next stitchy start for Halloween is going to be the astrology sampler, if I have fabrics that will work for it. And I think I do, because I'm pretty sure I have some Bewitched, I think it is, or Witch's Brew from the from Mystic Stitches and Mystic Fabrics, and I think that it would go well. I'm going to do a floss toss. So yeah, because I'm not seeing any. It looks like there's metallics. It looks like the runes or the symbols are metallics, but it's not. So the sparkle, because it's an opal, and I'm not a big fan of opal, but I didn't know that when I bought it. It was like the first opal I had bought. It's rough. It's gorgeous. I love looking at it, but it's kind of rough. I like my fabric to be a little soft. Maybe it won't be so bad if I put it in a Q-snap. But when I stitch in hand, which is what I mostly do, except for large projects. I want something with a softer feel, something that is not rough. Anyhow, I'm going to see if the flosses will look good on that fabric, and we'll see how that goes. That is it for me today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more progress on Universal Monster. A good start on this. I might not get to the start on this because it's late. It's almost 2 and I'm just getting started. And I have 5 stops I need to make. So I probably won't get the new start on this done, but I can get it kitted tonight. So that is my goal for tonight, is to get my 31 stitches in on Universal Monster and get this kitted. And then I'll share my fabric choices with you in tomorrow's segment. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, October 21st. So far so good. I've managed every day. Really big deal, yeah. 3 days. So this is going to be a fairly quick segment. I have a horrendous headache, so I'm going to just go through things as quick as I can. Sorry. So I've got a little bit of stitchy mail that came, and then some progress. I think that's it. So we'll go over the progress first. The 31 minutes yesterday, I did get in some of the extra strand of black into some of it, but not a lot, because it's really hard to see, and this migraine started last night, so I did as much as I could before I switched to the regular stitching, and I got a row of that done, but that was it. Not a lot of progress for that 31 minutes, but I'm pleased with how well I did do, considering the whole headache of it all. So that was all. I did not have time, nor was I up to starting a new project. I may not start it today either. I'll be lucky if I get my 31 minutes in today. So we'll see how it goes this evening. It's almost 5 now, so it's not looking good. I was happy to be able to get up and do this video, so it's a win. So stitch email, my new just cross stitch came, and there's a couple of cute things in here. They've got some contest winners, but I think there's only a few things in this one that I would actually stitch. But that cover project, that one is really pretty, and my mother-in-law loves cardinals, so I may see if I can get this stitched up for her for Christmas. I think it would be a beautiful Bible cover for her. So that's a possibility. We'll have to see how things go. The other stitch email I got, and I'm so sorry because I forgot to take it out of the bag, so I apologize for the crinkle. My fabric of the month, it's I Descent, and it's Mystic Fabrics LLC. And guys, look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Misty was kind enough to switch me out to a, oh wow, it's backlit, you can't really see it all that well. Misty was kind enough to switch me to an Ada for this month, since the 40 count wasn't working for me. We redid fabric of the month, so I've got the right counts coming to me, but since she had already done the rest, she was kind enough to let me swap that out. I don't know what I want to stitch on it yet. It's a lot more colorful than I normally use, but I'm thinking maybe there's a couple designs that are stitched all in black, and I think that might be the perfect thing for this, but that's not something I'm going to want to start until I'm done with at least the frame of Universal Monsters, because black. Next up, my next piece of stitchy mail is this. There's a little bit of a story of this. I stitched this piece a few months ago, and I sold it on auction and immediately regretted it. Immediately. Apparently, while gifting my stitching is cool, I'm okay with doing that. Selling it's not, and so I will likely never do that again. Anyhow, I had sold it to a lady on auction and recently saw it come up for sale. She had some personal things going on, and she was destashing a lot of her treasures, so I repurchased it. I bought it back. And this was a Pineberry Lane freebie. The greenery she added, and she included it when she sent it. I had stitched this thinking scissors, and I actually took pictures of it with scissors in it for the auction. But I like the greenery, and since she added it to that, I think it needs to stay with it like that. So yeah, bought or stitched, sold, and then bought back. But it was very nice because I really had regretted selling the piece. So being able to get it back was a bonus. So that was all of my stitchy mail. I did get most of my running done yesterday before the headache started hitting. And I did pop in to one of the local craft stores and picked up a couple picks for future. I have an idea for it, but I've got to stitch the project first. But that's it. And it's not a bad idea. If you're going to use these at all, it's really not a bad idea to start a small stash of them so that you have things that you can look through. I mean, I'm not saying go and go overboard, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of crafty stuff for finishing in your stash. At least that's what I tell myself. So that is it for today. I'm hoping to be able to get my 31 minutes in this evening, but I really don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and feel better and can do today's and tomorrow's. I don't think it works that way, but plans for tonight: get rid of this headache. And if I can get my 31 stitches in, great. If not, I might start like a little small or something I've already got kitted up, that doesn't require a lot of thinking, but I doubt it. I think that I'm just going to go take some more medicine and chill. It sounds like a really good night for curling up on the couch with a quilt and Netflix, so that's very likely what I'm going to do. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. Hello. Today is Thursday, October 22nd. And I still have a headache. It's not as bad. It is at least manageable today, which was good because my youngest son, who still lives here at home, he needed to go to the doctor today. Overnight, he had started feeling sick at work last night, and when I woke up this morning, he was running a fever of 102.9. So we called the doctor's office, and the doctor sent him to the ER. Because of his other symptoms, they wanted to rule out COVID. And fortunately, he does not have COVID. Unfortunately, he does have strep. So we spent the morning in the ER because he just was not up to driving. He's not feeling well at all. So I brought him home. He got a little bit of fluids in him and ate about a third of a popsicle. I went to go get prescriptions, and he is passed out. he is crashed so hard down in the room. He actually was holding the popsicle, snoring. So, poor guy. So yeah, today has been kind of wackadoodle as far as that goes. The bright side is that I took some stitching with me, and I did get a finish. You may recognize this from one of my new starts. I think it was last week. And this is called Big Jack Little Jax, and that's by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting .blogspot.com. And this is a freebie. She does freebies. She says she's not a professional, but I would have to disagree with that, because I have yet to see a design of hers that I did not just absolutely love. So I would totally be buying all of her designs, but so it's really adorable. I have no idea what I'm going to do as far as finishing goes. I've got a lot of different ideas, but I want to think about it for a little while. This was stitched on 14 count tea-dyed Aida. So I was really happy to finish it, and it gave me something to do while we were waiting for the test results and things this morning. I did get my 31 minutes of stitching in last night. Of course, I already put it in my bag. I had been leaving it out, but I've already recorded this once, and I put it away. So if you're just tuning in and you're not aware, my focus project for October is Universal Monster Stitch Along. And I am trying to stitch on this project for 31 minutes each day. I have not managed every day this month, but I'm doing the best I can. So I did do my 31 minutes last night. I filled in some more of the one strand of black. As you can see, this little patchy area here, for some reason I stitched it with 2 strands when I've stitched all the rest of it with 3. So instead of picking it all out, because I would have to pick out quite a bit of this, I'm just going in with a 3rd single strand and stitching over it. Wasn't that big a deal until the whole headache of it all. So where my head's hurting, my eyes aren't quite, it's very slow going. So last night I finished up a strand, and then I started in with some regular stitching down through here. Slow, but still progress. I think I might, depending on how things go, I might try to get my 31 minutes in here soon, but I want to check on Michael, see if he needs anything, because I don't want him spreading his germs around my kitchen. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, once Bill goes to bed tonight, I will get the 31 minutes in. So I did not end up starting astrology, the astrology sampler. Here it is. Mainly because just my head was hurting too bad to deal with kitting it, and I got my 31 minutes in last night. I was done. But today, like I said, just didn't feel like kitting it. So I went into my bin of already kitted projects, and I pulled out this one. And this is Witch's Pie. And the designer is Casey. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's Buenaugiuric. Yeah, no idea. This is no longer available, to the best of my knowledge. She had stopped designing or stopped selling her designs rather. But she re-released this for a limited time. Not last fall, but the fall before that. So I was really excited when she did decide to re-release it, and I snatched it up, and it's been kitted. Well, I printed this May 31st of last year. So since it was already kitted, I got it out for my new start today. I'm stitching it on 16 count Aida. The color, it's called Relic. I have no idea who the dyer is. And I got started on the border. Finished size, this is going to be, well, the fabric calculator said that I needed an 8x10, or I don't remember. Basically, it's going to fit just on this piece of fabric. This direction, I should say. So that will leave me another, not the cutest. I love that fabric. It's smaller than I was expecting. I actually expected it to be larger. And, you know, probably if I'd done it on a 12 count or a 10 count, it would be. But this will be fine. This will fit into a little frame. Actually, I got a frame on clearance at Michael's earlier in the year, before COVID. And it's a standing frame. This will probably fit into that really well. I am going to tomorrow. I'm really hoping that the headache is done by the time I get up tomorrow. It's just, I live with one all the time, and sometimes it just gets, yeah. Chronic headaches are not fun. Hopefully I'll be in a better place and can get this kitted up. But we'll have to play. I'll have to play it by ear. I don't think I want to stitch it on black. I don't think so. I don't even think I want to stitch it on navy. Like I said in the last segment, I think I've got a fabric that's on opal, that's a dyed on opal from Mystic Fabrics that I think will work really well for this. But I will have to wait and see. Okay, well, that is it for today. We're right at 9 minutes, so that's not too bad. I'm going to record tomorrow. I may or may not record on Saturday. I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know yet. Because I'm still new at the whole editing thing, and I may need the whole day. But I'd like to upload. I'd like to have it ready and scheduled to upload on Sunday. So that is my plan, provided Michael has not contaminated the whole house and we all don't end up sick. Oh, please. I do not want to be sick again. So yeah, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hello. Today is Friday, October 23rd. And I am headache free. Yeah, so I'm very happy. Chronic headaches are just, they're quite literally a pain. But anyhow, today is day 5 of the vlog format. I am recording a lot later than I normally would. It's 8:30 p.m. Normally I'm hanging out with my husband, but he was wanting to game a little bit after work tonight. So while he's gaming, I decided that I would record a segment and maybe stitch a little bit. So I have not done today's 31 minutes because, well, I spent the day catching up on the housework that I didn't get done while I had a headache for 2 days. So I will have to do that. That's where I'm going to sit down and stitch when I'm done with this segment. And then if I still have time, I will either be winding floss, or I'm thinking I'm gonna get my dragons out, the dragon heart. So we'll see. If you're sorry. So my focus project for October is Universal Monster Stitch Along. and I'm trying to stitch 31 minutes each day in October on this project. I have not made it every day this month. I missed several days last week, so it happens, but all I can do is regroup and continue on. So yesterday I filled in, the fence here, the balcony, and I started this bottom row. I don't know if I actually did extend this row out a little bit more. I'm trying to stagger my start and stops so that I don't have any like blocky lines. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's as much there, but if I weren't going so long across, I think it probably would feel a lot more progress. But progress is being made. At the end of this week, I think tomorrow, after I've done tomorrow's 31 minutes, I may do a picture up, put a picture up for a progression comparison. I did do a new start today. After lunch, I took some time, and yesterday after I recorded my segment, I went ahead and started pulling the threads and started kitting up the astrology sample. This is by Witch's Stitches. The designer is Anne Marie Garrison. I'm stitching it on 28 count Opal Witch's Brew from Mystic Fabrics LLC. And that's my start. Little tip, because this has a straight border all the way around it, and it's 90 stitches wide. I did my first half of the leg over, and then when I'm finished, I'll come back across. Every 10th stitch, I finish the X. That way it's easier for me to count so that I don't go too far or not far enough, and it makes it easier for a border to meet up. I am planning some changes. I don't know if you can see very well, but the moons have faces. And the nose on these faces, I don't like the faces on it. I think it, the rest of it it just doesn't seem to fit the rest of the design. And I really wish you could see, but it's not a very big contrast on that nose. What about down here? My camera doesn't like the close-ups. But, so I think I'm going to leave the faces off the moons and just do the moons themselves. So yeah, wow, these segments go really fast. Doing this vlog style, it takes a lot of pressure off. You know, if I had not come up to stitch and do this tonight, it wouldn't have been a big deal because I'd recorded 4 days before this, and I'd record tomorrow, and my video would still go up on Sunday as planned. And then there's the added bonus of after each segment, each day, I clean up my tape on everything. There's not stacks and stacks and stacks that I have to deal with. So it's easier to keep things tidy. Everything goes back where it belongs after each segment. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm going to stick with the vlog format. Thank you, Christine. Because I wouldn't have considered doing the vlog format if she didn't do her videos this way. So thank you, Christine. Stitch All the Things. If you're not familiar with her, look her up on YouTube. She's awesome. She's awesome. So I think that's it for me tonight. I'm going to go and sit down and do my 31 minutes and either wind floss or pull Dragon Heart out. I haven't decided which yet. We'll see at the end of the 31 minutes. And I'll tell you tomorrow which I ended up doing. So, good night. Good morning. Today is Saturday, October 24th. I have a kind of a short video, short segment today. Got some Stitchy kindness. Here you go. He keeps wanting to get on the laptop. Some Stitchy mail and a couple of stitching updates. So let's get to it, okay? Stitchy mail. I got Acorns and Threads. This is one of the Needle Love books. And mostly in this one it's wool applique, although there is some crochet, a couple crochet pieces. There's a quilt and this stitching cross stitch project. And I think I might start that as my 10th 13 starts for Halloween. So we'll see if I have everything. Well, I should have everything if I just stitch it with the called for. Yeah, it's got DMC conversion here, so yeah, I think I might start that as my number 10. I've been trying to collect all of the Threads books because I actually really like most of the projects in them. And I checked, and this one has all the pages. Bonus that was in this, and it's not stitching, but still bonus. This was this little quilt card was in it, which is cool because I also quilt. So of course it's just a variation of a log cabin, but still it's very cute. Stitching. So I actually have done both last night's and today's 31 minutes already, and this month's focus project is Universal Monster Stitch Along. How many times have you seen that so far this week? And I made some really good progress. I started in on this side of the peak of the house and filled in a little bit more along here. So really, when I was looking at the pictures before I started this month on it, I'm making some pretty good progress, especially since I missed like 5 days this month. So when you look at it, it's some pretty impressive progress for only 31 minutes each day. And I had said that I was going to get my dragons out, and I did. And I was all set and was getting ready to start when I noticed that the counts were something was off. So instead of putting stitches in yesterday evening, I took them out. This is Dragon Heart by Black Swan Designs. And before I started working on it, I had, this was like down to here. I had this color and then one more color that's along each rib of that yellow. So there was a gold. And I picked all of that out because the mistake is right there. So all that stuff has to come out. I do still plan on working on this more. Today I'm going to continue picking out the stitches, and hopefully by the time I've got those picked out, I'm not frustrated and I can actually start putting the stitches back in their correct spot. That is the dream. Anyhow, so that is all the stitchy updates. Last week I was giving this away. I was passing the stash on this, but there were no comments on it, so I'm going to extend this giveaway for this next week as well. And if no one comments on it, then I will choose something else. So, there we go. I want to stitch scary bit. That is the phrase. There. Scary bit is what I'm going to be searching for. It helps when you actually remember that you started keeping notes. So, well, that is it for me this week. I'm going to start editing so that this can be converted and uploaded, and hopefully that will be up on Sunday. And yeah, I'm still kind of new at the whole editing thing, so hopefully it doesn't take me too long, but it is what it is. So so yeah, I thank you so much if you have stuck around for the whole video and listening to me rambling. And I hope that you come back and visit me again. And in the meantime, happy stitching. A quick note, this is actually not going to be uploaded until today. This is Monday. I had some editing issues, but they are resolved now. So once I add this snippet into the video, then it takes some time to convert it to a file that can be uploaded, and then it'll take a little bit of time to upload. So hopefully this will be up tonight. It might not go up until tomorrow, until Tuesday morning, but fingers crossed it will make it up tonight. So I just wanted to pop in to say that, and to let you know that Sundays are still when I'm planning on my videos to be uploaded regularly. I just have to work out some of the kinks and everything with the editing software, because I'm a total newbie and not a techie. So I'll see you again next week. Happy stitching.